Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential and I've got a super exciting new pattern brand to share with you today. We are now stocking Viki Sews patterns, so they are ultra contemporary and modern. They're available on our website. I'll pop a link to our website and all the products I share today below. There are 41 designs on the website so far and more coming in the coming months, and I've picked out my few favourites and the gorgeous fabrics I would use to sew them up in to give you lots of lovely sewing inspiration for the new year. So let's get started with the patterns. I'm just going to run through the size chart with you first of all. So most of the patterns run in a UK 6 to a UK 24. The 24 is a 45.5-inch bust, a 38-inch waist and a 48-inch hip, and then they also provide an upper arm measurement which is 15 inches for the 24 UK 24. One of the patterns I'm going to share is the Gloria, and that only runs up to a size 18 UK. So that's a 41-inch bust, 33-inch waist, 43-inch hip and a 13-inch upper arm. So yeah, let's get started. The other thing I want to tell you about these patterns before I get stuck in as well is, I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous. They come in this gorgeous packaging, super contemporary styles, really modern. They're absolutely lovely. I'll run through what details you get on the packaging, but you don't get instructions included with the pattern. You get a tissue pattern with the range of multiple sizes on it, and then inside on the pattern paper there's a QR code. You scan the QR code and that gives you a PDF version of the instructions, and I've had a look at the instructions and personally I think they're great. They've got real photographs in them, step-by-step instructions. They give some really nice extra details and suggestions, such as doing a practice fit, not making a toile but doing a fit, and giving you tips on how you can alter things when you do that, so like basting the garment together initially and what to look for. I saw some notes on one of them that I was looking at around working with knit fabrics and how to test the percentage stretch. So, you know, I think they've really put a lot of effort into trying to make the instructions as easy to understand as possible. So couple that with the uber trendy modern contemporary designs, I think there's a lot to get excited about here, and I don't know which one to start with. I think I've got an idea there and I'll share that with you in a minute. But let's get going with the first pattern I've picked out, which is the Rosalyn Dress. I've actually got a dress from Nobody's Child which reminds me a little bit of this, but it's a super contemporary style, very on trend. It's a fitted silhouette with, it's sort of like a maxi length skirt or midi length skirt. It looks like it hits a few inches above the ankle. It's got a lovely cummerbund sort of shaped waistband which has got seams down either side at the front, and then it's got two gathered cups on the bust, and then they are ruched with a necktie. What a clever, interesting little design detail that is. So it looks like the necktie feeds through the top of the cups, which creates gathering and ruching, which is nice and flattering for the bust, and then that crosses over, so you get a lovely crisscross on the neckline, and it runs round the back of the neck, which you then tie, and then it's got lovely balloon sleeves which are gathered into elastic at the hem. It's got fish darts on the back for a nice bit of shaping there. So thanks to the waist seam and then the fish darts, it looks like you could get a really nice fit with this. And then obviously with the ruching on the cups, that gives you a bit of room for manoeuvre as well, because you can gather them up as much as you need to. So really lovely dress. Reminds me so much of, as I say, a dress that I've got in my wardrobe, and I definitely would be very up for making this one. This one runs in the 6 to the 24. It gives you all the usual information on the packet, the recommended materials, the fabric requirements, and then, as I said, the instructions are a PDF which you just scan the QR code on the tissue paper of the actual pattern inside, and you will get detailed instructions with photographs and a step-by-step tutorial, which I think looks really good and has got lots of extra little tips and suggestions in. And actually the lady who founded this brand said that, you know, her thinking is, if if you compile these sets of instructions, if you work with lots of different patterns from her range, you'll build up a really good library and a really good bank of lots of different techniques and tips and ideas. So I really like that as well. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to tell you about those, but let's have a look at what fabric I would be using for that one. It requires a woven fabric, so a moderately lightweight, pliable, soft, non-stretch or low stretch opaque fabric. So it's saying things like dress weight silk, dress weight denim, silk velvet, modal, dress weight viscose. So I chose one of our gorgeous John Caldor viscose fabrics, this Fernando one, which I love the Ditsy print. I think the Ditsy print works really well on the example on the pattern packet. This is a really nice weight. It's got lovely drape and movement. I've made a dress, not in this print before, but in this base cloth with a different design, and it worked beautifully. And that was like a midi length dress that I made with long sleeves, similar sort of style to that. So I think that would work really, really well. The next pattern I want to share with you is the Edwige Blouse. So another one that I absolutely love. This runs in a 6 to 24 as well. More glorious design detail. So it's a loose fitting sort of oversized blouse, I would say. No bust darts, just a very simple silhouette, but some super cute little details that just give it that extra level of oomph. So it's got yokes on the front shoulder, and then quite heavy gathering under that, and then it's got a beautiful, I just love this idea. It's a button down front, it's a V button down front, but what she suggested is that the buttons are fastened with a Rolo loop, and that those Rolo loops you continue up one side of the blouse. I mean, it's such a simple design detail, but it's one that I just wouldn't think of, and I really love it. I think it's got some real impact. It just makes it just such a simple blouse, so different. And then it's also got a really nice deep cuff, which I love again, and then a balloon sort of sleeve that feeds into that deeper cuff, and the cuffs are buttoned down. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful. The perfect balance, I think, between detail and then very simple lines. So I love that one. That one needs to be sewn up in woven fabrics again. She suggests light to medium weight, that are soft and fluid. So I think you've got a couple of options here. If you wanted to go really, really floaty and lightweight, we've got some satin backed crepe on the website, which I'm going to link all of this below. All the patterns, all the fabrics will be linked below, so just open the description and check them out there. But we've got this satin backed crepe, which comes in a few different colours. We've sold out of some of them now. Obviously you've got that super shiny side, however, you have also got, I've made a dress in this before, a Vogue dress in the black. Not sure if we've got any black left now, but we've got some of the lovely colours. But you've also got this matte side with a very subtle sheen, which I really like. So if you wanted something very floaty and drapey, I think that satin back crepe would be the one to go for. But if you are happy for a little bit more sort of volume and structure, our peach skin fabric would be perfect, and this comes in a wider range of colours. I used this recently to make the Francesca blouse, the red blouse with the ruffle collar that I made just before Christmas, if you saw it. This is the jade green colourway, lovely fabric, very subtle sort of sheen to it again. Bit heavier than the satin back crepe, but I used it for a blouse and for a sort of heavy ruffle collar, and I felt that it worked really well, but it just might give those gathers a little bit more volume, so just bear that in mind if that's something you want or not. Do bear in mind as well, you can always drop us an email and ask us for a sample of our fabrics if that would help with your fabric shopping as well. Then the next pattern I want to share with you is the Gloria. So this is the one that I'm thinking I might have a crack at first, because I've got a weekend away with the girls at the end of February, beginning of March. And it is very, very rare that I go properly out and, you know, we'll be going out in the evening for dinner, drinks afterwards. It'll be an opportunity to get really dressed up, and I just love this Gloria dress. I just think it is glorious, which is maybe why they called it Gloria. It's just beautiful. It's got a sweetheart neckline. It's sort of square at the sides there and then goes into a sweetheart. It's got bust darts. It's got waist darts that come up above the waist seam and go down onto the skirt, so you can get a really nice fit again in the body and round the waist. The skirt's ever so slightly A-line. It's sort of like oh, I can't, what did they used to call those skirts? They were really fashionable a couple of years ago. Began with a P, can't remember, but it's just the right amount of A-line for me. I'm not keen on a super A-line, but I do like a gentle A-line, shall we say. And then it's all about the sleeves again with this one. So you've got this lovely simple fitted silhouette, little bit of detail with the sweetheart neckline, and then you've got voluminous sleeves which look like they're gathered at the shoulder, and then they go into a deep, it's not a cuff, but it's a deep sort of section of the sleeve that's shirred. So again, I mean, I've shown you 3 patterns here, and already we've got some great opportunities to practice different sewing techniques, create fun design details, just a lot to get excited about, I think. So yeah, I'm really tempted to have a go at Gloria. The fabrics for this one, she suggests, are medium weight, flexible, breathable, soft, non-stretch or with very little stretch, opaque. Cottons, viscose fabrics, silks, polyesters, that sort of thing would all be great. Dress weight cotton, viscose poplin, lightweight denim, viscose challis, modal. But the fabric I thought I'd be probably tempted to go for is John Caldwell Prestige Crepe, and I might change my mind on this one. I don't know if it's just because this plum colourway reminded me of the lovely magenta on the pattern packet, and I'm often drawn to those sorts of colours. But I just thought this would work really well. And yeah, I just think that might be the one for me, but the jury's out on that one. I definitely want to make the pattern, but yeah, I think probably I would be going down the road of this. And I love this Prestige Crepe. For those of you who've mentioned the red dress that's on the dress form in my videos before, that's Prestige Crepe, and it is just beautiful to work with, washes beautifully. It's just a really lovely high quality fabric and comes in a really nice range of colours as well. There's lots of other colours of that on the website if plum is not your thing. And then the next pattern I wanted to share with you is the Lindsey Hoodie. Absolutely love this one as well. Very, very contemporary, on trend. It's a nice sort of relatively, not oversized, but you know, not overly fitted sweatshirt type pattern, but it's got the stand-up, not a stand-up collar like a shirt, but it's got a funnel neck, I suppose, a funnel neck with a zipper to open it. It's got a kangaroo pocket on the front. It's got princess seams running down the front, and then it's got some like what looks like a sort of yoke on the back. But yeah, really contemporary. Sort of looks like quite a long length as well on the model, like it would probably come to just around the hip perhaps. But a lovely, comfortable, practical, yet super contemporary top that I think I would reach for all the time. It would fit into my lifestyle incredibly well. But just, I love sweatshirts like this that are comfortable and tick all of those boxes, but also super contemporary. So the fabric required for this pattern is medium weight, soft structured, non-stretch or with very little stretch. So she suggests things like French terry, sweatshirt fleece, neoprene or scuba, those types of fabrics. So I chose our lovely sweatshirt fleece fabric, which comes in a range of colours. It's sweatshirting, cotton sweatshirting with a fleece on the other side. All the details are on the website, as I said earlier. Everything's going to be linked below, the patterns, the fabrics, everything. We probably do the right sort of zip for that as well. Do check out the zip collection. pattern. I kind of thought about maybe doing like a contrasting zip if I could get a good colour combo that I really liked. But yeah, this comes in a wide range of colours, but I just like this jade green colour. I think it's nice and contemporary and fitting with the style of the pattern. But yeah, there's lots of other colours. If you're more into like neutrals, there's navy, there's black, that sort of thing. And then the next one I want to share with you is the Sylvie Dress, which is a 6 to a 24. Another one just so clever and different. And actually I had a chat with one of our lovely customers yesterday and said to her that she'd ordered one of these patterns. And she said, oh, I've just never seen anything like these before. They're really unusual. And she was as excited as I was. And I just think that, yeah, this is another example, nice and unusual. It's got a shirt collar with a faux wrap bodice, which is pleated and gathered into the skirt. It's got forward yokes on the front of the shoulder, and then it's got a yoke across the back with what looks like a pleat. It's got a long sleeve with a really cute little trumpet cuff on it, and then like a tulip sort of style skirt, again with pleats, and then some darts on the back for a nice fit. Just, you know, lovely, lovely design details. Would be a lot of fun to sew, I'm sure, and lots of fun to wear as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to go for Gloria, but this one is very tempting as well for my girls' night. And the fabric I chose for that one, I thought our satin back crepe would make a really good Sylvie dress, because it has got that lovely sort of drape and movement and that sheen. And again, there are more colours of this to choose from, or you could go with the peach skin that I showed you earlier as well, and that's got some great colours to choose from as well. And then the next pattern I wanted to share, as I said, there are 41 designs on the website already with more coming. These are just the ones that I was like, oh, I need to make these. But the Jacqueline Trousers, really like the look of these. So they've got classic pair of trousers with a semi-slim straight fit. They look quite wide leg to me, which is obviously very on trend, as we would expect from this brand. Pressed crease lines are found on the front and back of the trousers. On the front, passing into pleats at the waistline. So there's also pleats at the waistline for a nice fit and a flattering fit. The trouser pockets are in the side seam. The trousers have a fly front zipper, elastic band in the back of the waistband, and belt loops. So that's another plus point, is having, they look very fitted and tailored at the front, but then actually you've got the elastic at the back, which is going to make them super comfortable. The upper edge of the waistband is slightly lower than the natural waistline, and they fasten with a button and a buttonhole. Overlapping waistband part fastens with a hook and loop, and the trousers are floor length. So if you wanted, personally, I know they look great, but for me on a practical level, I don't think I'd want to have them that long. I think that would annoy me, and I'd probably just take a little bit off the length of those so that they, you know, yeah, they weren't skimming the floor quite so much. I know it looks great, but for me practically they'd just be like filthy, and I would rather just take a little bit off the length and have them a little bit shorter. But what a great pair of trousers. Love the styling again on the packet, that they've paired it with this super simple, really fitted tank top. And the fabric I chose for those, because the styling on the packets is so good, I think I was just drawn to similar fabrics. But I chose the John Caldor Prestige fabric again in this gorgeous teal colourway. I thought that would look really nice. So this is that medium weight crepe that I showed you earlier, but it has got lovely drape and movement. It's great weight for trousers and comes in a range of colours, but I was just drawn to the teal, probably swayed by the styling on the packet. We have got a lighter blue as well, and like a silver grey if you want something lighter and less vibrant like what's on the packet. And then finally we've got the Lucia Dress, which again, super sexy, modern, really love this design. So it's a slip dress, but again, you know, slip dresses can be very simple, but this is simple and elegant, but then it's got some really lovely design details to it. So it's got a V at the front, a V neck. It's got bust darts for fit, and then it comes into a deep, well, it doesn't look too deep on the back actually, it comes into a V at the back, and then there's like a border piece that runs either side of the V and a centre back seam. I'm wondering if the zip is on the side perhaps. It's got an accentuated waist, and the fit of the dress is achieved by the bias cut and a centre back seam. I wonder if actually you can, let me just check if you need a zip for this one. I'm not sure if you do. It doesn't say anything about a zip, so I think you probably actually, of course, you can get it over your head, can't you? Because it's a low V, it's a V at the back, it's a V at the front, and it's spaghetti straps. So it looks like there's not even any fastenings on this. And then the bias cut, as I said, gives you the shape. But it's got these beautiful spaghetti straps that come out of the point on the front and then cross over on the back and join that border piece that I was talking about. So this one, they suggest making it in dress weight fabric that's pliable, soft, non-stretch, low stretch or opaque. Things like viscose fabrics, silks, polyesters. You want something with, you know, a bit of drape and, well, a lot of drape and movement, I would say, with this one. And they suggest satin back crepe again with this one. And I thought the satin back crepe I've been talking to you about would be great. And I know this is a bit of a wild card. Not going to be everybody's choice, this bright canary yellow. However, bear with me, I'm thinking of the gorgeous dress that Serena made. If anyone remembers Serena, who won the Great British Sewing Bee, not last year, the year before I think it was, she made a stunning knockout dress in a yellow fabric at the end of the series, I think it was. And it really inspired a lot of people, I think, to consider, you know, some more vibrant colours. And I just thought that would work really, really well and would look great and uber contemporary. So those are my choices. As I say, there's 41 designs to choose from, so many different types of garment. There's jackets as well as like tops, trousers, skirts, dresses. I've just picked out a few of my favourites there, and there's going to be more coming in the future as well. So do jump onto the website and check our website and the patterns and the fabrics out. I hope you've enjoyed that today. If you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.